Rub this oil on your skin. Every night, here is really happens to pain, inflammation, and aging. It might seem almost inconceivable, yet one of the planet's most potent natural healing substances, an essence of remarkable efficacy, has for too long remained an overlooked secret, quietly residing in bottles on store shelves, consistently underestimated, frequently misunderstood, and largely ignored by the very systems that could benefit most from its profound capabilities. Even as vast pharmaceutical empires pour billions into sophisticated research, striving to synthetically mimic what nature provides with unparalleled grace and inherent perfection. Consider, if you will, the truly extraordinary possibility that for a specific demographic, our revered seniors, the simple, consistent act of gently massaging a mere fraction of a teaspoon of this particular oil onto the skin each and every night before settling into slumber could unlock biological responses far beyond the scope of conventional medications, not merely providing a fleeting disguise for discomfort or a transient blunting of inflammatory signals, but actively engaging and compelling the body's own intrinsic repair mechanisms, initiating a profound cellular awakening that directs dormant stem cells to spring into action, meticulously regenerating damaged tissues, and, most remarkably, in a growing body of laboratory investigations, instigating the natural and deliberate demise of cancerous cells through a process known as apoptosis. This assertion, I understand, might initially strike you as an almost impossibly extraordinary claim, bordering on the miraculous, and indeed I confess to harboring a similar initial skepticism when these groundbreaking findings first emerged within my sphere of awareness. However, having dedicated over 3 decades to the rigorous practice and continuous study of medicine, immersing myself in countless hours of clinical observation and scientific literature, I can unequivocally affirm that the substantial data supporting these claims is not only robustly real, but has undergone the most stringent peer review processes, making it an indispensable piece of knowledge that every senior citizen across this nation, and indeed globally, fundamentally deserves to comprehend and integrate into their health regimen. I am Dr. Thomas Morgan, and it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you back to our channel, a dedicated space where, for those encountering us for the first time, our core mission is to meticulously sift through the overwhelming cacophony of health information, meticulously dissecting the noise and misinformation to reveal precisely what the unimpeachable peer-reviewed science genuinely articulates, rather than succumbing to or propagating narratives shaped by the colossal marketing budgets and strategic agendas of pharmaceutical corporations. Today, our expedition will plunge deep into a subject that I profoundly believe represents one of the most critically underreported narratives within the expansive realm of senior health: the truly profound, multidimensional, and far-reaching healing capabilities of a very specific, unique oil when applied topically to the complex canvas of aging skin, and critically, why the restorative hours of the night are not merely convenient, but absolutely essential, almost sacred, to the full activation and efficacy of this therapeutic intervention. I urge you, therefore, to remain engaged and journey with me until the very conclusion of this discussion, as I will meticulously unravel the precise biological mechanisms through which this natural marvel operates within the intricate tapestry of the human body, unveil the identity of this truly exceptional oil, and elucidate the unique attributes that set it apart, present the compelling findings from rigorous clinical research, and finally provide you with clear, actionable guidance on its correct application to ensure you garner its maximum life-enhancing benefits. Let us now embark upon this illuminating exploration. To truly appreciate the transformative potential we are about to discuss, it is imperative that we first establish a comprehensive understanding of the profound transformations that occur within the skin as we navigate the process of aging, a phenomenon whose dramatic effects after the age of 60 are often profoundly underestimated by most individuals, and whose consequences extend far beyond superficial aesthetics, impacting fundamental physiological functions. Your skin, far from being a mere inert, protective covering, is in fact the single largest and most dynamic organ of your entire body, a living, breathing, exquisitely complex interface serving as the critical boundary and interactive bridge between your intricate internal biology and the multifaceted external environment. This remarkable organ is a vibrant network, densely populated with an astounding array of specialized receptors that relay tactile information, an intricate web of nerve endings communicating sensations, an army of immune cells standing guard, a sophisticated system of lymphatic channels for waste removal, and, crucially for our discussion, a multitude of microscopic conduits, known as transdermal pathways, which are essentially tiny, permeable channels that allow certain selected molecules to bypass the digestive system entirely, passing directly through the skin layers, entering the bloodstream, and subsequently reaching deep internal organs and tissues, exerting systemic effects. Now, let us precisely delineate the cumulative impact of the aging process on this intricate, vital system. After an individual surpasses the threshold of 60 years, the skin's inherent capacity for collagen production undergoes a precipitous and relentless decline, diminishing by approximately 1 to 2% with each passing year, leading to a progressive loss of structural integrity and elasticity. Concurrently, the dermal layer, which is the crucial, deeper stratum of your skin responsible for its strength and resilience, begins a gradual but undeniable process of thinning, rendering the skin more fragile and susceptible to damage. Furthermore, the mitochondria, often referred to as the powerhouse organelles nestled within each and every skin cell, responsible for generating the essential energy that fuels all cellular processes, become progressively less efficient in their metabolic functions, initiating an accelerated production of highly reactive and damaging molecular species known as reactive oxygen species, or more commonly, free radicals, at a rate that overwhelms the body's natural capacity to neutralize them effectively. This pervasive biochemical imbalance culminates in a detrimental state that scientists refer to as chronic oxidative stress, a condition whose ramifications are far from merely superficial or cosmetic. Indeed, persistent oxidative stress within skin tissue is now unequivocally understood to be directly implicated in, and a significant contributor to, systemic inflammation throughout the body, which modern medical research has identified as the fundamental underlying driver and primary instigator of nearly every major age-related disease and degenerative condition, encompassing severe ailments such as cardiovascular disease, debilitating forms of arthritis, progressive neurodegeneration affecting cognitive function, and, alarmingly, various forms of cancer. Yet here lies a piece of information that is genuinely captivating and, regrettably, seldom elucidated by most healthcare practitioners to their patients. Your skin harbors a remarkable and often overlooked cellular treasure known as epidermal stem cells. These are primitive, undifferentiated cells, possessing an extraordinary, almost miraculous, innate capacity to self-renew and to regenerate damaged tissue, essentially acting as your body's intrinsic repair crew. In the vibrant tapestry of youth, these specialized stem cells are highly active, robust, and readily responsive to the body's needs for repair and renewal. However, as the skin succumbs to the inexorable march of time and the cumulative effects of aging, these vital stem cells gradually enter a state of profound dormancy, becoming quiescent and seemingly inactive. They are not, to be absolutely clear, defunct or dead. Rather, they are metaphorically sleeping, awaiting a signal to reawaken. This observation has fueled a central, compelling question that researchers worldwide have meticulously pursued for many decades. Is it genuinely possible to effectively rouse these slumbering stem cells from their dormant state, coaxing them back into active regeneration without resorting to hazardous pharmaceutical drugs that often carry a litany of adverse effects without employing invasive surgical procedures that entail significant risks, and crucially, without invoking the kinds of debilitating or discomforting side effects that can, ironically, render the treatment itself more burdensome and detrimental than the original ailment. The increasingly affirmative and resounding answer emerging from a burgeoning volume of independent scientific literature is a resounding yes. And it appears that certain specific, naturally derived oils, when thoughtfully and precisely applied transdermally, are proving to be among the most profoundly promising and effective vehicles for achieving precisely this remarkable biological reactivation. Now, let us turn our attention to the specific oil that lies at the heart of this discussion, for this is where the intricate interplay of traditional wisdom and cutting-edge scientific discovery becomes truly compelling and genuinely remarkable. The oil in question is black seed oil, meticulously extracted from the revered plant known scientifically as Nigella sativa, a botanical species with a rich history of medicinal use spanning millennia across diverse cultures. I must interject here with a crucial caveat. Before you potentially dismiss this information because you may have previously encountered references to black seed oil within popular wellness discourse, I implore you to grasp a fundamental distinction. There exists an expansive chasm, a world of qualitative difference, between the often superficial, trending conversations surrounding black seed oil in the broader wellness sphere, and the rigorous, meticulously verified insights meticulously documented within the authentic, peer-reviewed clinical scientific literature. As of the current year 2024, there are, to be precise, an astonishingly vast collection of over 2,000 published scientific studies dedicated to exploring the multifaceted properties of Nigella sativa and its principal active biochemical constituent, a powerful compound known as thymoquinone. This colossal body of evidence, a staggering 2,000 plus investigations, represents an absolutely extraordinary and irrefutable testament to the profound scientific interest and the empirically validated efficacy of a naturally occurring botanical substance. Thymoquinone, which we shall abbreviate as TQ for ease of discussion and simplicity, is far more than a mere singular agent. It is a profoundly potent bioactive compound uniquely engineered by nature to operate through a sophisticated array of multiple biological mechanisms simultaneously, a characteristic that is absolutely critical and distinguishes it dramatically from the vast majority of pharmaceutical drugs, which typically target and operate through only a single, often narrowly defined biochemical pathway. In stark contrast, TQ has been definitively shown to exert its therapeutic influence through at least 5 distinct and critically important biological pathways that are directly and profoundly relevant to the health and vitality of aging skin, and by extension, to the comprehensive systemic well-being of seniors. Allow me to guide you through each of these remarkable mechanisms, and I pledge to articulate these complex biochemical processes in clear, accessible, and easily understandable language. The first of these essential mechanisms is its powerful anti-inflammatory action exerted directly at the intricate cellular level. Thymoquinone has been unequivocally demonstrated in a multitude of rigorous scientific studies to effectively inhibit the activity of a specific enzyme identified as cyclooxygenase 2 or COX2. This is precisely the same enzymatic target that is selectively engaged and inhibited by many commonly prescribed pharmaceutical anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen and naproxen. However, a crucial distinction emerges. Unlike these conventional non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, which are regrettably notorious for inflicting significant strain and potential damage upon the delicate lining of the stomach, the vital functions of the liver, and the critical filtering capabilities of the kidneys, TQ achieves its potent anti-inflammatory inhibition without imposing these debilitating and often dangerous toxic side effects. A compelling study, meticulously published in the esteemed Journal of Ethnopharmacology, provided conclusive evidence that the consistent topical application of Nigella sativa oil resulted in a statistically significant reduction in various biochemical markers of skin inflammation in human subjects, a critical point as this research was conducted on actual people, not merely in laboratory petri dishes or on animal models. These demonstrable improvements were observed within a remarkably short period of just 6 weeks of regular nightly application, highlighting the rapid and clinically relevant efficacy of this natural intervention. Moving to the second mechanism, this is where the scientific narrative becomes even more profoundly compelling. Its exceptional antioxidant activity. TQ is scientifically categorized as a direct free radical scavenger, an agent capable of directly neutralizing and disarming the highly reactive and damaging molecules known as free radicals. When expertly applied to the skin, it possesses the unique capacity to effectively penetrate through the superficial epidermal layers and descend into the deeper dermal layer, where it actively commences the crucial process of neutralizing the reactive oxygen species that are, quite literally, engaged in the insidious process of degrading your cellular machinery, causing widespread damage at the molecular level. Researchers affiliated with King Abdulaziz University published a seminal study unequivocally demonstrating that thymoquinone powerfully activates the NRF2 pathway. This particular pathway is, in essence, the master genetic switch, the central command system that orchestrates and regulates your body's own endogenous antioxidant defense system. When NRF2 is robustly activated within skin cells, there is a dramatic and profound increase in the internal production of your body's naturally occurring antioxidants, most notably glutathione, often referred to as the master antioxidant. This means that you are not simply introducing exogenous antioxidants from an external source. Rather, you are fundamentally engaging and activating your body's inherent capacity to produce its own powerful protective agents, effectively turning on your body's own antioxidant factory from within, leading to a sustained and potent defense against oxidative damage. The third, and arguably one of the most extraordinary mechanisms, involves the direct activation of stem cells. It is on this particular facet that I wish to dedicate a slightly more extended period of exploration, as it represents perhaps the most groundbreaking and potentially transformative revelation to emerge from the recent scientific literature. A pivotal study, meticulously detailed and published in the prestigious journal Stem Cell Research and Therapy, embarked on an investigation into the precise effects of thymoquinone on human epidermal stem cells. What their comprehensive findings unveiled was truly remarkable. TQ appears to specifically upregulate or enhance the expression of certain critical signaling proteins, particularly those intricately involved in the WNT beta-catenin pathway. This pathway is a fundamental and ancient biological cascade, indispensable for cell proliferation, differentiation, and tissue development and regeneration. In simpler, more accessible terms, TQ possesses the profound ability to awaken the dormant stem cells residing within the skin and to actively signal them to initiate a rapid process of division, proliferation, and to specialize into the various cell types required for repairing damaged tissue, differentiation. For the millions of seniors who grapple daily with the challenges of protracted wound healing, the distressing reality of thinning skin that is prone to fragility, and the pervasive issue of chronic dermal degradation, this discovery is far from a minor academic finding. It is, without hyperbole, potentially transformative, offering a novel paradigm for genuine skin and tissue rejuvenation. The fourth vital mechanism by which TQ exerts its beneficial effects is its remarkable antimicrobial and immune modulating activity. As we progress through the stages of life, And particularly as we age, the intricate ecosystem of the skin's microbiome, that delicate and incredibly diverse community of beneficial microorganisms, primarily bacteria, that symbiotically reside on the skin's surface and contribute to its health, often undergoes significant disruption and imbalance. This dysbiosis, or imbalance in the microbial community, has been definitively linked to the exacerbation of various chronic inflammatory skin conditions, including eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, and a heightened susceptibility to various skin infections. In laboratory settings, TQ has unequivocally demonstrated broad-spectrum antimicrobial activity, effectively combating a wide array of pathogenic bacteria, fungi, and even viruses. More critically, and distinguishing it from conventional antibiotic interventions, TQ appears to actively assist in restoring a healthy equilibrium and balance to the skin microbiome rather than indiscriminately obliterating all bacterial populations, both beneficial and harmful, in the manner of broad-spectrum antibiotics. This nuanced distinction is of immense significance, given that a robust and balanced skin microbiome constitutes one of the most crucial frontline defenses of your body's immune system, playing a pivotal role in maintaining skin integrity and systemic health. Finally, we arrive at the fifth mechanism, undoubtedly the one that has ignited the most intense curiosity among many of you: the remarkable anti-cancer activity attributed to thymoquinone. It is absolutely imperative that I articulate this information with the utmost precision, for accuracy and clarity are paramount in the medical domain. I am not, under any circumstances, asserting or implying that the topical application of black seed oil to your skin will serve as a definitive cure for cancer. What I am presenting to you is an accurate and factual representation of what the meticulously peer-reviewed scientific literature unequivocally demonstrates. A substantial body of in vitro studies, meaning investigations conducted under controlled laboratory conditions using human cancer cell lines, have consistently revealed that thymoquinone powerfully induces a process known as apoptosis in these malignant cells. Apoptosis, in biological terms, is programmed cell death, a fundamental and exquisitely regulated natural process by which the body systematically eliminates cells that are damaged, abnormal, or no longer required, thereby maintaining tissue homeostasis and preventing unchecked growth. Cancer cells, however, possess a nefarious characteristic. They have cunningly evolved sophisticated mechanisms to evade this natural apoptotic process, essentially achieving a state of functional immortality, allowing them to divide uncontrollably and form tumors. TQ appears to circumvent and overcome this evasion by specifically targeting and modulating the activity of crucial regulatory proteins, including BCL2, an anti-apoptotic protein, and P53, a renowned tumor suppressor protein, which are central orchestrators of the apoptotic pathway. Furthermore, a comprehensive meta-analysis, a rigorous statistical synthesis of multiple independent studies published in the esteemed journal Phytotherapy Research, meticulously reviewed 31 distinct studies specifically examining TQ's anti-cancer activity. The collective conclusion of this exhaustive review was that TQ consistently demonstrated potent pro-apoptotic effects across a wide spectrum of cancer cell lines, including those originating from breast, colon, liver, and notably skin cancers. Now, the crucial scientific question that continues to be actively investigated is whether the transdermal absorption of black seed oil delivers a sufficient concentration of TQ systemically throughout the entire body to reliably elicit these anti-cancer effects in internal organs. While this systemic question remains a subject of ongoing research, what we possess undeniable knowledge of is that the skin itself is a site where cells can undergo malignant transformation, leading to various forms of skin cancer. In this context, the topical application of an agent that reliably promotes healthy apoptosis in abnormal or potentially malignant cells within the skin is undeniably a matter of significant, non-trivial importance. The data, while perhaps still considered in its earlier stages of development in certain respects, exhibits remarkable consistency across numerous studies and is clearly and compellingly pointing towards a highly promising therapeutic direction. Allow me now to elaborate on why the precise timing of nighttime application is of uniquely paramount importance, and why this recommendation is far from an arbitrary suggestion. During the profound restorative period of sleep, the human body transitions into an intensive phase dedicated to repair, regeneration, and cellular rejuvenation. Critically, the secretion of growth hormone, an anabolic powerhouse responsible for tissue repair and cellular turnover, reaches its peak levels during the early hours of deep sleep. Concurrently, cortisol, the primary stress hormone which, at elevated levels, can suppress immune function and exacerbate inflammatory responses, naturally descends to its lowest diurnal concentrations during this nocturnal window. Moreover, the body's intricate cellular repair processes, encompassing the vital work of DNA repair mechanisms within skin cells, are most vigorously active and efficient during the hours spanning approximately 10 o'clock at night and 2 o'clock in the morning. Furthermore, a physiological phenomenon occurs during sleep. The skin itself becomes inherently more permeable. This enhanced permeability is what dermatologists refer to as increased nocturnal transdermal conductance. In concrete, practical terms, this means that bioactive substances, such as our black seed oil, when meticulously applied to the skin at night, are capable of penetrating significantly more deeply into the dermal layers and exhibit markedly superior bioavailability, meaning they are more readily absorbed and utilized by the body compared to the very same substances applied during the waking hours of the day. Therefore, you are not simply applying this oil at a time that is merely convenient. You are strategically timing the application to synchronize perfectly with your body's intrinsic, finely tuned natural healing and regenerative cycles. This sophisticated alignment with biological rhythms is the essence of chronobiology, the scientifically recognized discipline dedicated to optimizing the timing of biological interventions, and its impact on therapeutic outcomes is far more substantial and widely underestimated than most individuals realize. So, let me now provide you with the comprehensive practical guidance you will require to effectively and safely integrate this potent natural intervention into your daily routine. When undertaking the selection of a black seed oil product, understand that quality is not merely a preference, it is absolutely everything, profoundly impacting its efficacy and safety. You must seek out an oil that has been conscientiously cold-pressed and remains unrefined, as harsh heat processing irrevocably degrades and destroys the delicate thimaquinone (TQ) content, while chemical solvent extraction methods regrettably introduce undesirable contaminants that compromise purity. Prioritize a product that proudly bears a certified organic label, explicitly specifies Nigella sativa as its botanical source to ensure authenticity, and, crucially, has undergone rigorous third-party testing to verify its TQ content. A high-quality black seed oil should typically exhibit a thymoquinone concentration ranging from 1 to 3%. Any product that conspicuously fails to disclose its TQ content on its label or refuses to provide a certificate of analysis documenting this vital metric should be approached with extreme caution and, ideally, avoided. The optimal application protocol, consistently employed in the most promising and impactful clinical studies, involves dispensing a small measured amount, approximately half a teaspoon, of the oil into the palm of your hand, gently warming it by rubbing your palms together, and then applying it using gentle circular motions to the designated target areas. For individuals experiencing localized pain and inflammation in joints, such as the knees, elbows, or the lower back, the oil should be directly massaged into the affected region. For the broader objectives of promoting systemic skin health, enhancing overall dermal vitality, and significantly activating the skin's inherent stem cell functions, areas characterized by high transdermal absorption, such as the chest, the inner forearms, and the delicate skin of the neck, are ideal sites for application. specifically for the ubiquitous and often debilitating joint pain in the hands, a prevalent complaint among seniors. I recommend meticulously massaging the oil directly into the knuckles and the webbing between the fingers, ensuring thorough coverage. After application, allow the oil to absorb unimpeded for a minimum of 10 minutes before donning any clothing to maximize penetration. This regimen must be performed every single night with unwavering consistency for a minimum duration of 8 weeks before a comprehensive evaluation of results can realistically be undertaken, because profound biological change, genuine cellular repair, is an intricate process that naturally requires dedicated time, and anyone who suggests otherwise is, in all probability, operating with an agenda of sales rather than genuine health benefit. One final yet critically important aspect I wish to address before we conclude this illuminating discussion pertains to safety. Black seed oil boasts an truly exceptional safety profile, a testament to its long-standing use and inherent biocompatibility. It has been revered and extensively utilized for its medicinal properties for an astounding period exceeding 2,000 years, traversing a multitude of diverse cultures and civilizations without significant reported adverse effects, and contemporary toxicology studies meticulously confirm its excellent tolerability in both topical and oral applications. Nevertheless, as is prudently advised with any potent bioactive substance, certain considerations and precautions are warranted. If you are currently prescribed and taking blood-thinning medication, such as warfarin, it is absolutely essential that you engage in a thorough consultation with your prescribing physician before contemplating the addition of black seed oil to your regimen, as TQ has been observed to possess mild anticoagulant properties that could potentially interact with such medications. Similarly, if you have a documented allergy to plants belonging to the Ranunculaceae botanical family, it is a wise and recommended practice to perform a small patch test on an inconspicuous area of your skin before proceeding with a broader application, simply to ascertain any localized hypersensitivity. Furthermore, if you are presently undergoing active chemotherapy treatment for cancer, I urge you to engage in an open and detailed discussion with your oncologist prior to using this oil. This recommendation is not predicated on any known harm or contraindication between TQ and chemotherapy, but rather on the fundamental medical principle of avoiding the introduction of any new variables during an active and sensitive cancer treatment protocol, ensuring the utmost safety and efficacy of your prescribed care. Now, you might justifiably ponder why this invaluable information, supported by such a robust and compelling body of scientific evidence, does not command the widespread attention and integration it profoundly deserves within the frameworks of mainstream medicine. The answer, regrettably, is not rooted in any inherent weakness of the underlying science. Indeed, as I have meticulously demonstrated today, the actual studies are rigorous, peer-reviewed, and compelling. The truth lies within the fundamental economic realities that govern modern pharmaceutical development. Naturally occurring plant compounds, precisely because they are gifts from nature and not human inventions, cannot be patented. Without the exclusivity and protection afforded by a patent, there exists no multi-billion-dollar financial incentive, no prospect of recouping colossal research and development investments and generating substantial profits to fund the massive, large-scale clinical trials that would be required to elevate such a natural compound into mainstream medical guidelines and protocols. This is not the pronouncement of a conspiracy theory. It is rather an undeniable, pragmatic economic reality inherent to the structure of contemporary pharmaceutical development. Consequently, the profound responsibility to diligently scrutinize the independent scientific literature and to directly disseminate this vital, actionable information to the individuals who most urgently require it falls squarely upon the shoulders of dedicated physicians like myself, for seniors who find themselves contending with the persistent burden of chronic pain, the frustration of slow wound healing, the relentless progression of skin deterioration, the vulnerability of a compromised immune system, and the ever-present, very real apprehension of cancer. This is far more than a mere ephemeral wellness tip or a passing health fad. It is unequivocally a scientifically grounded, evidence-based intervention that is remarkably inexpensive, carries minimal inherent risks, and is buttressed by an ever-expanding body of scientific evidence that grows more compelling and irrefutable with each passing year. You, without question, deserve to be fully informed about its profound potential. It is my sincere hope that this extensive presentation has furnished you with information that is not merely intellectually stimulating, but genuinely useful and, most importantly, immediately actionable in your pursuit of optimal health. If you have indeed found this discourse to be helpful and enlightening, I would be immensely grateful if you would extend the small gesture of hitting that like button right now. While it may seem like a minor action, it sends a powerful signal to YouTube's intricate algorithm, indicating that this information possesses significant value, which in turn ensures it is presented to a far wider audience of seniors who are in dire need of hearing these transformative insights. Furthermore, if you have not yet become a subscriber to this channel, I wholeheartedly encourage you to do so and to activate the notification bell, ensuring that you never miss an episode of the invaluable content we provide. Every single week, we are steadfastly committed to bringing you the precise kind of thoroughly evidence-based health information that, owing to the constraints of time and the demands of modern practice, your personal physician may simply not have the luxury to explain comprehensively during a typical 15-minute office visit. And speaking of future content, in our very next video, and I genuinely believe this is an episode you will be exceptionally eager to watch, we will delve into the fascinating realm of a specific combination of two entirely natural compounds that, when administered together in a precise, scientifically determined ratio, have been conclusively shown in rigorous clinical studies to significantly reduce arterial stiffness in seniors by an impressive margin of up to 30%, all within a remarkably short period of 90 days. Arterial stiffness is, tragically, one of the primary, yet often silent, drivers of catastrophic events like heart attacks and strokes, and yet, alarmingly, almost nobody within mainstream discussions is talking about this groundbreaking research. This crucial information is forthcoming very soon, so please ensure you are subscribed to our channel to catch it the precise moment it goes live. This is Dr. Thomas Morgan, extending my heartfelt gratitude for entrusting me with your health and well-being, and I eagerly anticipate our next enlightening encounter.